His eczema got infected all over the body, and there were big pustules spreading like chicken pox. Within 16 hours, my baby was covered. Hello, I am Kristisha, and in this video I will be talking about the end of the treatment that we got from A&E, how all of this infection started, and I will be summarizing the 3 A&E visits that we had with our baby within the month. This infection started with a small patch on my baby's cheek. That was the original infection that no one really wanted to do anything about. When I mean no one, I mean the GPs. They didn't flag it. The dermatologist didn't flag it either. And we did not know it was an infection, though I had a gut feeling that something is wrong with his cheek because it kept weeping and it was not responding to treatment and it was always coming back. And when I mean coming back, it was never really fully healed. With steroid, and usually with steroid, it should heal. And yes, within maybe a week or two or a couple of days, it will come back. But this one, it was almost constantly wet. And I want to put this out there in case you are wondering what's happening with your baby's eczema. Why is it not responding to treatment? Or why is it not responding to steroid treatment? Because it should. If it's not an infection, it should. Yes, if it's coming back, that's fine, but it should heal it in the first place. And then it started, that patch of infection on my baby's cheek is just starting getting bigger and bigger. So everything started when he was around 2 months, and it started getting worse around when my baby was like 4 months. It started getting bigger, and he was weeping constantly from 4.5 months to six months or so, 6.5 months. Nothing. He was not responding to treatment. We swabbed him 3 times, and he came back with an infection on the cheek, bacterial infection. Actually, we swabbed him many times, but I'm talking about the swabs that we've done before we went to A&E. And when we went to A&E, we went to A&E 3 times in a month. The first time that we went to A&E, we went because I thought he had a reaction to the penicillin, but actually it wasn't. So that was the first thing, and then they flagged the eczema, and they said that we need to be on top of the eczema because it's just not, it doesn't look right, and to finish the oral antibiotic that we were on that point. The second visit that we had was about the fact that our pediatrician said, / allergist, said that his cheek, both cheeks at this point, look infected. That is severe infection there. We need to get IV treatment because he's not responding to oral antibiotic. And she decided to give us another oral antibiotic to try it. And if by the second day it doesn't work, have to go to A&E. Now we went to A&E, we saw a pediatrician and an allergist, and they said, no, we have to go back home. This is not an infection. And on the third visit, we went because his eczema got infected all over the body, and there were big pustules spreading like chicken pox. And these pustules were spreading very quickly. Within 16 hours, my baby, when we went to A&E, it was still spreading. It took 6 days for it to stop spreading and dry out. So by the end of the treatment that we had at home, it stopped on the body and the body started clearing. The face cleared, but the moment the face cleared, the weepiness started to come back. So we decided to go back to our pediatrician to see what can we do about his skin, because it was very worrying at this point. Now, I should mention that we were on the same steroid slash antibiotic cream that my baby did not respond the last 2 times that he was on it. I did say that to the pharmacist, but they did not have any other option for him, so I took it. Also, they gave us an antimicrobial bath additive for his bath because of the infection, and the consultant recommended us to bathe him in that antimicrobial bath additive for at least a month. She gave us another cream ointment to put on my baby's skin. Then same, I can't say it was working very much, but at least the body was clearing. But it took a while for the scabs to come off because at this point we were on oral antibiotic. And I was scared. Every morning I was scared that this infection would come back, or it was never healed to begin with, because my baby was only hospitalized for 2 days. I was hoping for 3, but because his IV came off, and they put another IV in, but it was not staying in properly, we had to go back home. So that's one thing that, yeah, I hope no one goes through this. I hope your babies only get eczema, never an infection, because an infection is very hard to deal with. And it's not clear there is an infection. I mean, 2 specialists can look at the same baby and one can say it's an infection, the other one can say, no, it's actually not an infection, I don't think it's infected. Or they could say it's not an infection because they wanted to send us home. I'm not sure. I can't speak on their behalf. But yeah, that was our experience with Annie. We are still very grateful for the treatment that my baby got, and to the staff there. Especially nurses were lovely. They looked after us very well, I would say.